Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'll go for a ride on Meebike and talk to you about update on this bike. As you probably, if you ever saw this video, some other channel video, my channel videos about the Meebike, there's some questions people asking the quality and the issue with this bike, and somebody even posted that my review was the best so far on YouTube. Actually, it was not review, it was only assembling, but I want to give you my feedback so far, since I am planning to make more video about this bike, but I want just to give you some update while I'm riding and record on GoPro. I did cut the fig tree and it should be real nice, a lot of figs, and also I cut this tree. Anyways, let's go for a ride. So about the Meebike, as some YouTubers got a lot of those bikes for most likely at no cost, the same way as I got it, I guess, for making video about this bike. And it's not a secret that many review on YouTube you may see from any company like Electrics and many companies. They got this bike for free to make the positive review. Usually, as YouTubers, we do not offer any promise like, well, it will be positive or negative. Like, we cannot really promise because we never tested the product. Like Electrics XP, like usually ask you to make positive review, otherwise they will not send you new bike later on. So as you can see, many bikes review from the different channels, all positive, one of the reason. But Meebike, it's a new company and they sent a real nice bike to all these YouTubers. Wow, making 22 miles an hour, 23, 24. Yeah, actually it could go even more, but it's not about speed. So the problems I notice, a lot of people follow each other like YouTubers and just copycat each other. If one person start to put some negative stuff, they start to put negative as well, which actually something easy to be fixed. Oh, well, almost ran over the squirrel. But I feel like not bad, but I feel like the Meebike got negative publicity a lot for almost no reason much. I think they are new company. I know, like, I mean, I did many negative videos before as well if I don't like something, but the reason I want to make a video about the Meebike because I love it. Even I have few issues right now. I'm waiting for some parts to arrive from Meebike. I'm gonna ride to the park and sit down and talk to you most likely because it's gonna be better quality most likely. So there's a few videos I know that some people post about the speed, it's not as fast, or some of people post they have a rusted rotor, which it's very rare actually happen. I'm gonna go to a park, sit down somewhere and talk to you. So it's very rare when rotors got rust on it. I have so many bikes, never have any. So it's something easy to fix, and it's not on regular like you will see on bike company, which kind of make people think this bike is bad, and I feel like it's not right. Like even this hill, it will go uphill easier over here on throttle only. And right now I'm riding only throttle, and I have a reason for that, because I do have issue with controller, and if I start to pedal it, it will turn off the throttle. That's a problem I have, and actually would turn off the motor, so I have to switch pedal assist, and it will kick in again. Okay. So I'm gonna go somewhere to sit down and talk about this bike, why I love it, and why all this negative review shouldn't make any decision makings at this time, because if you want to buy it or not, because this is a new company and there's more positive in this bike than negative, I think. Also, the company is doing very well with customer support so far. They are very responsive so far, and I think it's very important as well. It's kind of noisy everywhere here. A lot of gardeners everywhere. And I rode on this bike almost 59 miles so far. It's actually more than I rode on any e-bike I have within a month or two, or within a year, I think. There's only a few bikes I have over 100 miles on it, and there's only one I rode the most actually out of all of them, because I like it, and I rode mostly with my kids because they don't want to leave me alone until I ride them with them, and I can ride like for about 6-7 miles straight, and they sit up front and they holding this bar and they enjoy it so much. They do not want to leave the bike, and it's very important for me as a dad to make sure the bike is safe to ride. And this bike is really super stable on the road, and I decided just to park in the park over here. It's kind of quietest place over here so far. So I want to tell you that my kids love it. It's one of the safest bike I have to ride on. Even the controller is bad on this bike. Came after a few days after I record the video. I noticed it start to malfunction, but Meebike are already in the mail. It should be a controller, and also they are sending me just in case the front brake like making squeak noises, but I noticed it's actually reduced so far. So I think this squeaking noise will be gone probably after you riding, like, or if you want to remove it right away, most likely you can buy from Amazon. I'll post link in description. Some spray, you can spray it. It costs $10. You spray it and it will be gone most likely, because I have the same brakes system on my other bike, Dirwin one, which I love as well. I keep the bike, and that bike has zero issue. That's the reason I was very surprised this bike have some issue and some negative videos, because this bike has a really nice fork, which is a hydraulic fork. It's not a air fork as some people stated. It's a really nice fork, very responsive, adjustable, and very reliable. And same way the suspension, it's one of the softest, best responding suspension I have, and I am waiting to go off-road to ride this bike, because it should be a lot of fun. I wish the pedal would work together with throttle, but due to this controller I don't want to go off-road and just to ride the throttle. I can still pedal it as a regular bike. Actually, it's not much difference as any fat tire bike you would pedal it. It's not hard to pedal it, but I want this bike to work completely before I'll take it off-road. So I think many people like post a video about this bike as it's like have so many issues, but let me tell you, there is so many brands on the market, and I joined so many groups, and I can see A lot of big brands have so many issues, and let's say electrics, Hemiway, many companies, not only they get the bikes damaged, arrived many times, people have long waiting time for support as well, and they do have a lot of problems with controllers, with a braking system, and I can tell you they don't use as good quality product like parts on the bike. That's why it's usually cheaper. And this bike well worth the money you're gonna spend, because every part on it, it's very good part, like the main part. I'm not talking about like controller, because computers can break down. It's the brakes disc, it's rusted, comes like probably 1 out of millions. I don't think it will ever happen again. It's probably got wet during the shipment. It happens, it's like accidents. But my main reason I'm making this video, because I think this bike deserves more thumbs up, because not only it's a most stable bike on the road, it's safest bike. I can feel like I can even ride without hands on it. Not only I love it, my kids love it, and I think this bike is most comfortable bike you can get. I know there's a lot of on the market right now, very similar design like G-Force and other company, which make it faster, but I can tell you that I didn't expect to go on this bike more than 25 miles an hour, which actually I did reach, and I expect to get at least 24 miles on this bike, because I weigh 215 pounds, and it's, for me, like when I'm testing any bike, if the bike going without load, let's say 35 miles, if I get 30 on it, it would be great. So any bike which are going without load 28, I usually get under 25 miles, and this bike just made it perfectly. So the 3 miles will not really, not problem at all for me, because it's made exactly what it's promised, 28 miles. That's what they advertised, but I got 25, and I feel like with my weight on it, I even rode with my kid like about over 36 miles on this bike together, and together with my kids we weigh about over 265 pounds total weight. We got it over 36 miles on battery, and we still have like about 10 to 15% left charge, so I can easily to get 40 miles on this bike on throttle only, which is great. And I didn't have any other options, because when I ride with the kids I only use the throttle, because they just sitting in front of me, it's very hard to pedal together, so I use as throttle, and it's a lot of fun for me and them. It's good experience to ride. I even pick up my kid from school on this bike. They love it because a lot of attention, and it's very quick to go on this bike as well. We was reaching about 23.5 miles. I didn't want to go much faster, because it's kind of fast actually when you have a kid in front of you, and I think it's the safest speed, 23 miles, 24 miles. So if you're looking for bike which will be reliable as quality, like that you will not worry that the fork will fall off, or the wheels will fall off, or brakes will not working, because these brakes stop really good regardless of the noise. They have the best stopping power. So if you're looking at this type of bike, I think Meebike is a perfect bike. Unless you want really fast bike, then of course you can look on somewhere else. You might not get all the same quality of material like a fork or suspension. Maybe design will be not as great, but it might be faster. So there's many fast bikes. I think this bike worth the money what they're asking for, and if you like it, check the link in description. I should have like some 200 or whatever they offered for my subscribers off. And please subscribe to my channel, so you'll see more experience riding this bike once I fix it. And I will make a review video on this bike, because this is not review. The previous video was not review, because I don't make review just by opening bike out of the box, riding only like 20 miles on it or 10 miles on it. I cannot really make review on it. I need to spend good time on the bike, to ride in off-road, to ride on the street, on the grass, everywhere. So once I get more experience on this bike, I will be able to make a review. and please again subscribe so you will not miss this review. And I hope you guys like this bike as I do. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.